All right. Grand Rising, everyone. Um, it's Shalonda or Shay Seeking, and whew, yeah. So I've just been sitting here this morning, just contemplating, like, I had so much stuff on my mind when I went to this and this. Hold on. When I went to bed last night. And I don't know, I think I went to bed at, thinking about like where we are, in these times right now. And, like, I don't know, it's just something for me when I go into the text to look at, things that are happening now and see what we can take from the text, the biblical text, or his story to, help us, uh, see a little bit more clearly. And so, again, like I said, I've been on this journey for a while and, gone through these things again that, I feel like things that had to happen in order to show me, certain things, right? And to make certain connections and things like that. And so again, I was just thinking about like, like I said, I've been having this like up from something, up from the ashes, or even up from something, like, like even thinking all this time, like, okay, I decided to go this route and take the hard way out, right? And just have faith in Elohim, right? To help me see, or to again, when it comes to the people being categorized certain ways, and it just, I don't know, I just feel like that a cleansing or something has happened, and maybe I'm even late. But I've just come to, and like I said, this process seems like it's me coming through realization of things and expanding and listening more. And so again, it kind of feels like I'm like levitating in between something right now, but it's kind of like a euphoric, I don't know, it's just a strange feeling. But in order to be grounded, I feel like I have to go through a process. And so I don't know, something was making me think about, Exodus in like a symbolic way, or like, just a legit way, like if we're talking living words and living God and things going on this plane, has it come to that point where we have been freed, where we can go ahead and say, hey, there's no such thing as this so-called servitude anymore, and that we're free to do whatever we want when it comes to, not whatever we want, but, because there's laws and, code and things like that. So, but again, there's nothing holding us back, okay, from even not having to wait for somebody else, but even for us making America great again. Okay. And so I don't know, I just think, because again, I have to think, when I think of things, it's like a four-way lane. We can't just be on one lane, you know what I'm saying? I want to go ahead, and that's how I feel like I'm able to have those I don't know if you call them witnesses, or, you know what I'm saying, when you lining something up, to have it going a lot of different ways is kind of like confirmation for me. So, and coming in the realization that we are powerful, and we have to, consider that, each individual, again, that's why I like the fact of this whole like entrepreneurship kind of thing going on. And just to be able to know that and state that, and just the thing, like, coming through this, I don't know, it just, something had me just thinking about this whole thing about Exodus, right? Because when we look at, the word Exodus, right? It's saying a going out, okay? Even like a path, or, road to even redemption is like coming to mind, right? A ride, a journey, a march, a way out, Okay, so again, is this like, again, a way out to state that we are not even in that, there's not going to be that place anymore, the Sheol, the underworld, or that portion of the cast, where again we're not there anymore. Okay, um, due to the fact of us and Elohim, right, bringing us out of there. So again, certain things I felt like, I was maybe misunderstanding, but I'm waiting for the Lord to come and do these particular things so that we're not there anymore, right? So again, part of it is like a mental thing, a mental form of slavery or chains again on your brain. Like again, on this channel, that's what I'm saying. I named it that to, help myself and others, unchain. So let's see. So again, then speaking of ancestors, and even in this term, you know, um, I've been feeling the sense of my male ancestors. It was just brought to my attention, and I actually can really feel the sense of them coming in and out, and other messengers and angels, and so, you know, I just lost an aunt recently, and I think I don't know. I think I've just been like in denial about it a little bit. Um, but I guess it's just a sense now of feeling something in them around. Um, so so again, oh, I want to just go ahead and go on with. I don't want this to be more than like 20 minutes. So it says a departure from a place, especially in migration of large bodies of people or animals from one country or region to another. So again, this could be a literal sense of, like I was saying, some people moving, right? Because we have seen like little, headlines about certain types of exodus or people moving out of certain areas and regions, and then um, also I'm just thinking like, are we talking also like a moving out of a way of thinking, an old way of doing and thinking, right? Um, for a large, and it's been a movement almost in a sense, right? Everybody on their path and finding their way. So again, I can look at that as, yes, the movement that's going on the plane, and then also the movement of people ascending and coming out of that mindset. Because again, you know, lack of knowledge, and was it just a way of thinking or a choice after a certain amount of time? And we have 1620 here. Okay. So again, it's just a different way of thinking it, because I think, like growing up, of course, we know better now, but we would think of it as just one way. Okay, and this is why I want to extend this and teach my children, so they hopefully don't make the same mistakes of thinking certain things happen because of certain things, and knowing more, you know, the depths of it, and then your personal part that you played in your own form of a slavery, or even being on a so-called lockdown, a mental form of it, So, anyhow, let's keep going. Okay. So it made me think about Exodus. Okay. All right. Exodus. Okay. So, anyways, so it made me think about looking at the laws again and things like that. And so here we go. And just, defining it, one good time, right? One last time before I hit the road. So, you know, so it says, because it would be important if we are in a season like that. And again, everybody can take this however you want, however serious you want to take it again. But it says here, I am the Lord thy God, right? And it says Adonai here. Okay. Or Elohi. Well, again, I think it's a different type of spelling here. And it says the opening phrase of the Ten Commandments, which are widely understood as moral imperatives by ancient legal historians and Jewish and Christian biblical scholars. Okay. So it says the book of Exodus begins with I am Yahweh. Okay. So again, it's a couple of key words I just want to go ahead and peek into while we're here. And then, it says here that it is the earlier form Haya. Okay. Right. And then it says a sense of one who is. Okay. Well, it says Haya was in the sense of the one who is, the existing. Okay. So again, I'm like, okay, all right, okay, we can get that part. And it says, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt. And again, even right now while I'm thinking about this, it's also making me think about even just being in a lower, like it's almost bringing us to like a Christ consciousness, like a clarity, like, even like I said, it could be physical, spiritual, or, but just, it just made me think about this whole process, and thinking about how, again, the chakras and, low vibrating and moving up and, different stages that you go through. Right. And, so again, I think a lot of us sometimes think of this only as a way of somebody taking some people and walking them somewhere. But again, I see it also as that spiraling or something, right? Or that thing that's going on within that brings you to a certain level of awareness. Okay. All right. So it says, you shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make yourselves an idol, nor, and then before, I think it means in front of too. Okay. Nor any image of anything that is in the heavens above. Okay. And again, that can go many different ways. Or that is in the earth beneath. Or that is in the water that is under the earth. It kind of seems like something is in reverse, even with this. Because like, I'm wondering if this is a time where certain individuals inherit, right? Or are appointed. Okay. Like those who, right? Like even making that thing of those who put someone in that position of servitude will go into that position. I'm just wondering if, that just came to mind. And again, that's how I later on go and do the rest of my, study or whatever you might want to call it. Okay. But I guess it would be important to elaborate on that, because then, did someone go and do something of these things that are being listed? And then that's how, again, we may go astray or have gone astray. So it says, you shall not bow yourself down to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh, your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers. Okay. So again, let's see the iniquity. So again, it says the hostilities a hostile action, wickedness, unequalness, unevenness, figuratively unfavorableness, unfairness, unjust, unequal, just or equal. Okay, so it says, yeah, so evil or wickedness, right? An unjust act, right? Or morally objectionable behavior, okay? So again, this visiting that behavior of the fathers, okay, not your, not our, but the fathers on the children. So again, like I said, it seems like there's some kind of way of like not a reversal even, but kind of like acknowledgement. I think like certain things have to just be acknowledged, and we have to be able to move on from these things so that we can grow as individuals. That's the perfect probably word. I mean, not really, but I mean, it's good enough on this plane, right? Individuals on this plane that treat each other the way that you want to be treated. Okay. Um, okay, of the fathers on the children, and on the third and on the fourth generation. Okay, so again, this is making me think about like those third generation, us. We are the ones we've been waiting for, right? To reach that level of understanding. And it says, of those who hate me. And showing loving kindness to thousands of those who love and keep my commandments. So let's see. So again, here, in Hebrew text, again, the proper name of the God of Israel. Okay. So again, and if it's somebody that would be emerging or coming into something, maybe it might be a level of awareness or knowing. And so, yeah, because I mean, even if we look at exist here, it says to have actual being of any kind, actually to be a certain moment, or throughout a certain period of time, to step out, to stand forth, to emerge, to appear and exist and be. Okay, and so yeah, it says to exist here, to have an existence. Okay. So it's almost even making me think about like even a Christ situation, died and then rose, right? Okay. Yeah, that's kind of like, a symbolic way, I guess, of looking at that too. And then again, it says here to support oneself, right? And so again, just even coming to a realization, you know what I'm saying? Like after being at home with children for so long and then coming into my own, like now at this point, you know what I'm saying? It's like a different kind of thing, but we're going to go there, and being like a really standing strong and just going forward with it and putting in, a lot of effort. Right. And so, I don't know, like I said, it's just a beautiful thing. It really is. And, just coming to the realization of so many things and going through this journey and, even complaining and looking and, like this whole, like, not being able to trust anything, it's just like I don't know, it's just like a revival, and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just at a place, right? Yeah. So, and I thought this part was interesting as well. Okay. And it says, the introduction of the Ten Commandments establishes, okay, the identity of God by both his personal name and his historical act of delivering Israel from Egypt. So again, all this time I've been, going through this process, and I've been trying to think how to incorporate or look into. And so I think it was last week when we started talking about on something the poor, or sharing, or even focusing now on the poor and needy, or the fatherless, right? Because it felt like as though Israel was waiting for someone, you know, um, and I was trying to find. So it's just like yeah, like wandering and whatever, because someone wasn't stepping up. Okay, and so I feel like it's I don't know. Today it's just a sense of like wholeness or something. I don't know. Um, and knowing something is there and trying to grasp it, and it's like right there this whole time, and you've been looking all over the place. So like it's like even that search, that something, that journey within, right? um so again, it says the language and pattern reflects that of ancient royal treaties, um in which a great king identified himself and his precious gracious act towards a subject, king or people. So again, okay. 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 Oh, it reminded me of something. Who, ain't it you? I guess how you think is what you project. So it was something from last night that I was reading in here about, I think it was Ahaz and somebody else. So mm, okay. Whew. So establishing his identity through the use of the proper name Yahweh in his mighty act in history distinguishes Yahweh from the gods of Egypt, which were judged in the killing of Egypt's firstborn. And from the gods of Canaan, the gods of Gentile nations, the gods that are worshipped as idols, starry host of things found in nature, and God, and the God known by other proper names. So distinguished, Yahweh demands exclusive allegiance from the Israelites. I am the Lord, your God, occurs a number of times in the Bible also. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, all right, y'all. Um, I don't know, sometimes stuff just hits you, okay? I ain't no punk. But I think that's it. That's it for me today. Um, I guess I better get to work. And again, gratitude and grand rising. Thanks for stopping by. And don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. And join us in the Facebook group American Aborigines Unchained for more information, more alternative information, past, present, future. And yeah, all right.